Hi Max, it's time to read you another story. It's by Dr. Seuss. Oh say, can you say, oh my brothers, oh my sisters, these are terrible tongue twisters. I almost got that wrong already. By Dr. Seuss. Oh boy. Here we go. Said a book reading parrot named Hooey, the words in this book are all phooey. When you say them, your lips will make slips and backflips, and your tongue may end up in St. Louis. Do you like fresh fish? It's time at Finney's Diner. Finney also has some fresher fish that's fresher and much finer. But his best fish is the freshest fish, and Finney says with pride, the finest fish at Finney's is my freshest fish French fried. So don't order the fresh or the freshest fish. At Finney's, if you're wise, you'll say, fetch me the finest French fried freshest fish at Finney Fries. Oh my. We have a dinosaur named Din. Din's thin. Din doesn't have much skin, and the bones fall out of his left front shin. Then we have to call the pinner Blin, who comes with his handy shin pin bin. And with a thin Blin shin bone pin, Blin's pins Din's shin bones right back in. This is about the bed spreader. Bed spreaders spreads on bed. Bread spreaders spread butters on breads. And the bed spreader better watch out how he's spreading, or that bread spreader's sure going to butter his bedding. Ape cakes, grape cakes. As he gobbled the cakes on his plate, the greedy ape said as he ate, the greener green grapes are, the keener keen apes are. To gobble green grape cakes, they're great. Are you having trouble in saying this stuff? It's really quite easy for me. I just look in the mirror and see what I say, and then I just say what I see. Now let's talk about money. You should leave your groaks home when you travel by air. If you take them along, they charge double the fare. And your groaks must be packed and locked up in a gross box, which costs much, much more than the little old fox box. So it's heaps lot cheaper to fly with your foxes than waste all that money on boxes for groxes. And what do you think costs more? A simple thimble or a single shingle? A simple thimble could cost less than a single shingle would, I guess. So I think that a single shingle should cost more than a simple thimble would. If you like to eat potato chips and chew pork chops on clipper ships, I suggest that you chew a few chips and a chop on Skipper Zip's clipper ship, Clip Chop Shop. And if your tongue gets queasy, don't give up. The next one's easy. There are so many things that you really should know, and that's why I'm bothering telling you so. You should know the first names of the Fudnuller brothers, who like to pile each other on the heads of the others. If you start at the top, there are Bipper and Bud, and Skipper and Jipper, and Jeffrey and Judd. Horonto, Horace, and Hendrix and Hud, and then come Dinwoody and Dinty and Dud. Also Fitzsimmon and Frederick and Fudd. And Slinky and Stinky and Stuart and Stud. And down at the bottom is poor little Lud. But if Lud ever sneezes, his name will be Mud. Quack, quack. Who says that? We have 2 ducks, one blue and one black. And when our blue duck goes quack, quack, our black duck quickly quacks, quacks back. The quacks, blue quacks, make quite a quacker, but black is quicker, quacker, backer. And speaking of quacks, remind me of cracks, and stacks, and sacks, and shacks, and shicknacks. So, okay, can you say? Oh, say, can you say? I have cracks in my shack, I have smoke in my stack, and I think there's a shenack in my sack on my back. Upon an island hard to reach, the east beast sits upon his beach. Upon the west beach sits the west beast. Each beach beast thinks he's the best beast. Which beast is best? Well, I thought at first that the east was best and the west was the worst. Then when I looked again from the west to the east, and I liked the beasts on the east beach least. Pete Briggs pats pigs. Briggs pats pink peas. Briggs pats big pigs. Don't ask me why, it doesn't matter. Pete Briggs is a pink pig. Big pig patter. Pete Briggs pats his big pigs all day. Let me read that again. Pete Briggs pats his big pink pigs all day. Don't ask me why, I cannot say. But Pete puts his patted pigs away, and then Pete Briggs pink pigs, big pigs, pig pen. Maxwell, I'm not sure why I got this book. Frizz needs Fred and Fred needs Frizz. Fritz feeds Fred and Fred feeds Fritz. Fred feeds Fritz with ritzy Fred food. Fritz feeds Fred with ritzy Fritz food. And Fritz, when fed, has often said, I'm a Fred fed Fritz. Fred's a Fritz fed Fred. Oh my. How do you tell a klotz from a glotz? Well, a glotz, you will notice, has lots of black spots. The klotz is quite different with lots of black dots. But the big problem is that the spots on the glotz are about the same size as the dots on the glotz. So you first have to spot who the one with the dots is, and it's easy to tell who is klotz and who the glotz is. What would you rather be when you grow up? A cop in a cop's cap? Or a cupcake cook in a cupcake cook's cap? Or a fat flapjack flapper in a flat flapped jack cap? Or, if you think you don't like cops' caps, flapjack flappers, or cupcake cook's caps, maybe you're just one of those choosy chaps who like cookie captain's caps, perhaps. Well, when Blin comes home tired from his work, pinning shins, the happiest hour of old Blin's day begins. Mr. Blin is the father of musical twins, who, tucking twin instruments under their twin chins, lull their daddy to sleep with twin Blin violins. And, oh say, can you say, far away in Berlin, a musical urchin named Gretchen von Schwinn has a blue-footed, true-footed, trick-fingered, slick-fingered, six-fingered, six-stringed tin Schwinn mandolin. If you hope to wash soap off a rope, simply scrub it with a scarope. Scarope is so strong that no rope is too long. But if you should wish to wash soup off a hoop, I suggest that it's best to let your whole silly souped up hoop soak in soapy Cooper super soup off hoops soak suds. One year we had Christmas brunch with Merry Christmas munch to munch. But I don't think you care for such. We didn't like the munch much. And speaking about Christmas, here are some great gifts to give to your daddy. If your daddy's name is Jim, and if Jim swims, and if Jim's Slim is perfect Christmas gift for him, is a set of Slim Jim swim fins. But if your daddy's name is Brian, and he likes to look at birds at night, the gift for Dwight, or Brian, that might be right, is a bright Dwight bird flight night sight light for Brian. But never give your daddy a walrus. A walrus with whiskers is not a good pet, and a walrus with whispers is worse even yet. When a walrus whispers through tongue, rough, wet whiskers, your poor daddy's ear will get blispers and bliskers. And that's almost enough of such stuff for one day. One more and you're finished. Oh, say, can you say? The storm starts when the drops starts dropping. When the drops stop dropping, then the storm starts stopping. Maxwell, I'm happy to say that's the end of the story. I want you to know that I want you to have a good night's sleep and sweet dreams. I love you, buddy. Good night.